And we're back immediately after. We just got on the ship. We're about to put the power unit into the ship and deal with that. I don't know where the captain's quarters are yet, but here we go, power regulator. So, interesting. Alright. We got ourselves some power. It's a long frickin' sound note, too. Holy crap. Alright, Ada, let's bring the ship out of lockdown.
I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Not my intention.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. This ship's in serious need of repairs. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I'm feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah, perfectly normal.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do you need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Maybe.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Alrighty. About this Gladys person, how do I know I can trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I guess I'll have a word with her.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
That'll work. You want to explain what it is, though?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned this thing has limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Oh, joy.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
People actually fall for this? Seems kind of far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
I guess I'll put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Nav terminal's right here. I'm going to leg spike. Gonna go up to the captain's quarters. Ooh, nice. The hologram shroud. And let's have a bin to store all my stuff. And there's a terminal. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Hawthorne's unread. Bedford. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message telling me I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Cinder Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so you don't go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Alright, nice. Archives from Bedford. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scrapping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits. Probably scraping. And I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in a little wilderness, you rugged individualist. You. I only prayed that idiot Thompson was giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down in Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding to greater regularity. Udom. I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard a guess you may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent reading would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere message of the one's friends. Hello, hope this finds you well. It's a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about your impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear, dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed, about the Wells fellow. I'm sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to see you again, Wingman, Udom. Hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me again. Oh, great. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Last Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color, you know? Really tie one on? Let me know. Let's go for sent messages to Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many of the midnight too many, and might have knocked off my desk, you know? How it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Might need to talk to Udom then. Shrink ray. What the? Note to self, remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this lock until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality, with my own eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away and forget about it, maybe. Or if I were asked smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim offer. I lost my temper, said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had dreamed rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories. To be honest, laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fella wonder if there's more to the rumors, more to be had. Hammer power. Last time I got sloshed, I was biting at the Last Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seemed like an okay fellow. I shall see, but suddenly eavesdropped on two Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that before. But here's the good part. Mardet said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of those weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking for permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet and that even if it were, he couldn't have trusted someone like me. What does that even mean? I ask. That I'm not trustworthy enough that I used to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of myself and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now, if to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he misplaced it, in the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to other of these science weapons through Halcyon. If gossip holds true, the next step will be checking the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallback. Interesting. Acquire Phineas's science weapon. So, there's also a saber there. Some cameras. And we got some cabins up here. Ooh. Leave our mechanical alone. Interesting. I do happen to have a very talented thing here. What do we have here? Photo of Pavardi's father, a stone old man with warm eyes. Interesting. Spade, some... Ooh, a whole bunch of light ammo. I'll take that. Not that I need any. Banged up toolbox full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around it would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth head blade. Yes, it would. What the... Abigail, the first wrench my dad gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Interesting how the door is left open. You can just peruse around. So here's pretty much an empty room. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equitations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose and glue, now yellow and cracked along the spines. I once knew someone that actually hated that, like called it major disrespect, like writing on the margins and underlying stuff, like they call it a great disrespect to books. Yeah. Index of banned literature, not that I really care. And a whole bunch of heavy ammo. Trading cards. Mint condition, most of these cards represent players. Festus hammers and tile pickers. Art and science of tossball. Impossible to put down. Endorsement has been approved. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record of the most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive... Ooh, that's a lot of time. And a book. And I'll leave you alone for now. So it looks like there's going to be... What's this? An empty room there. 3 more companions I can pick up? Throughout this entire area? That's not too terrible. Ooh, what's this room? Oh, it's his laboratory. I have no idea where the other one's at. Oh, she's down here.
Oh, sorry.
Ow.
Mind your way?
No, just breaking my feet. Turn over to Ada and talk about Sam.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Sam. Know anything about the auto-mechanical gathering dust in the janitor's
The
closet?
unit is a cleaning Sam. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
I'm in the mood for some entertainment. Got a minute to talk. Like to know more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Everything. Phineas's orbital lab.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know? What? Yeah, why is that?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
What do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No. No, do not do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about something else.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Paperwork? Oh, seriously? Yeah. Can you take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Oh, and do it without the lip, too.
Order does not compute. Nevertheless, I will endeavor to execute my current and future tasks without lip.
Give me the spiel on Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Nice. Want to talk about something
Of
else? Or ask
course.
about something else?
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
And Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
It was a plague. What do you think of what do you think of the townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
How is Edgewater faring since I left?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain.
Want to ask about something else,
Of
probably.
course. What part of the colony would you like?
Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook.
Smugglersport?
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Why is Monarch being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness, and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
On my to-do list.
Of course. What part of the colony would...
Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Yeah. Cascadia.
Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Oh boy. Anybody there but marauders?
There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
Oh, what about what's the local report?
The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
I wouldn't go to Cascadia because it's likely like not anything like this. Like just something going on in Cascadia that the corporations don't want you to know about. Probably conspiracy theories, paranoia. Probably sounds dangerous. I love it.
This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Totally. That's all I need to know. Thank you very much. And I leveled up. That gets really freaking loud, though.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Well, I plan on doing that. And, put 5 into that. Get some... Yep, get some skills there. Get to the perks. And there's more pack mule. Painting kills, lower vendor prices. Damage alone, walking speed, sprint speeds. Critical chance for companions, armor rating. Probably gonna go with carrying capacity for right now. And Vicar Max has a level he can use. Increases hacking skill. And increases his health. I'll probably increase his health. Yep, accept. Apply. Weapons. I have a light assault rifle. 180 DPS. You have a sound-off that's 230. So you're close range. That's kind of shitty. What are your skills? I have a makeshift low-pressure suit. Some excess stuff I needed to sell, probably. So you are hacking science. 90 melee damage. Ranged weapon. trick shots. Watch the target spiritually aligns them with a blast from his shotgun. Knocks target from down to the ground and weakens them. So yeah, he's a shotgun-based person. Alright. Quests. Small grave. Really? That thing's still there? Holy fuck. Execute small grave. And yep. Look in the terminal about Sam. First Sam result. Do not forget you find a discard sanitation and maintenance auto mechanical and emerald veil scrap heap during the last job. It should not be too difficult to get up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine. Should be fun. Second result. Removal of factory standard part Suds Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have pressing matters to attend to. But I do. Third result. And dog. I'm giving up hope on the delivery of the part I lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But the good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can flinch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I'm sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop back to Emerald Vale. We'll also need to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. So I have to go somewhere else. Find an acid steeper. With an acid steeper, but never picked it apart from Roseway. Was it Roseway? Yeah, it's Roseway. So I probably should go over and talk to Phineas. Navigation terminal. Phineas's lab. We got the Terra 2, Groundbreaker, Cilia. There's an asteroid orbiting Halcyon. Faces mining once claimed this asteroid, but its prospect site was abandoned decades ago. There's a Monarch. Some areas I can't go. Let's go to Phineas's lab. Docking bay. Ooh, nice.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Ooh. Oh, you. Transit to the docking bay. I'll take both of them with me. Not very challenging? Oh, not every challenge needs to be solved with a gun. Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
I just finished your ship in severe need of repair. I guess that's kind of what you
I'm
get.
just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
Wait, don't trust me?
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
And a welcome mat. What is that? Oh, it's a Crispig. What the... Shrink ray.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Bubbles. Honestly, I'm really curious. Wow.
A fine hit, Captain.
That's cute. Doesn't work a lot, though. Yeah, it doesn't... Guess they used it too many times in the pig.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, sir. such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits,
Excuse
if
me.
you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the Hope.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
Let's talk about something
Of
else.
course. What's on your mind?
Is there some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Ooh, grouchy. They're with me. Relax.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular.
You're right, I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress.
Progress. Something else.
What's on your mind?
Did you ever leave your lab? Don't you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I meant. Do you have some kind of life outside your work?
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work.
You're dense.
For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
Yeah, but you revived me, so you must have solved the problem.
Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it?
Yes. Glad to hear that. Everyone on the Hope is depending on us.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Oh joy. So I've got a shrink ray, which is mildly hilarious, and that's unappetizing. I had pork not that long ago, too. That's delayed. Ooh, a terminal and a construction mechanical and some scrap mechanical and wow, there's a lot of stuff out here. Nothing there. Plenty in there. Some armor parts too, and some escape pods. It looks like one of them's been used, or stasis pods. There, maybe stasis. I don't know. Oh. Got an experimental item here and a mechanical looking thing and a bubbles pig. And is that space? That is space. It kind of looks like these storage tanks. Oof. Got myself stuck there a little bit. That's green glass, but kind of looks like the storage tank somewhere. Yeah. Not sure why it's got a green tinge to it. Let's check out the terminal. Messages. To H. Blythe. Sending no response. Case undetermined. Message appended. I worked it out. Explain the details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon, but locations elude me. Dumped a new associate dirt side Terra 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them is about 23.7% at present. They're recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done, P. So I can't get a response out to them.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Yep. Wrong button. To Blythe. H. Blythe. Alright. Let's get back on the ship and get out to the groundbreaker. All the necessary paperwork has been filed, and so we'll see what's happened. Also, did I level up? I believe I leveled up. Wrong one. Character. Skills. I did level up lockpick, huh? Yes, I did. If I really wanted to, I probably could go back onto the planet and deal with it. And deal with the lockpicks I didn't get to. Or finish some quests. Not to be able to finish them, because I kind of just made it a little bit difficult. Ooh. Alright. Pick this lock. Don't know why it's locked. It's my own ship. A light assault rifle. Totally worth it. Now let's GTFO to somewhere else, like the groundbreaker.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Huh. Let's go look at the ship from up top in the deck. Where's Parvati at? She's somewhere. I'll look from the captain's quarters real quick, because I want to check this out without instructions. It's a nice looking ship. Now, where's Parvati at? Where? Got Sam. Where? What the hell is she at? Like, I heard her ask a question like if we can talk, but I didn't see her anywhere. Like, is she? Unless I'm blind or something. Entirely possible. Don't see her. She's not in the engine room. Is she in her room? I can't tell. He's not in there, and she's definitely not in here. I don't know where she's at then. I heard her, but I don't see her. Unless she's in the, Is she in here? I hope not. No, she's not in there. Where is Parvati? What the hell? Oh, no, there. Wow. Walked right past her.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean.
Always got time.
I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
It'll cost. Sure, we can head over there and... now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Nope. I have a lot of crap on me. Let's do a save game first, because it's getting close to the end of the episode. Real close. Over close, actually.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Okay. Good luck. Bring them both along. Might as well. Jane Elson. Oh, joy.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Kinda
Smells like
leggy.
grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Let's go to the journal into my quests and the cloning machine. Find an assets deeper. No. Choose priority to Janelle Thompson. Yeah, I'll go here and then.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get juked with me again, you little backbait rat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this.
Nice. Let's go through customs. Hope we don't get stopped. Stevedore.
Gonna head to Varus for whiskey and darts. Maybe not in that order. Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day.
Oh, joy.
According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Oh,
But
boy.
we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Alright. How to get this resolved.
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
Oh, great.
His office is
Udom,
located
nice.
along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Why was my ship impounded? Fat
Access
fingers?
to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Udom. Great, I'll talk to him and check this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Her shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Get it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Oh, joy. Now I'm out for a job. What can you tell me about Udom?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Sounds like he's fun, but there might be tension between the Groundbreaker and the board.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Your station's in quite a state of disrepair. Can't the board fix it or make him fix it?
You mean the heat? Sure, we can make him fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
Yes.
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Board runs most systems, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
Thanks for the info.
Sure thing.
See you, Ron.
Be seeing you.
That's now let's switch the quest to the main quest and find out where Udum's at. Which
This
one's
is it.
left or probably to the right? Like that'd really help out anyway.
I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Belly shells, a trader. Halcyon. Yep, this is a representative of the board.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one
You look
wants you on
nice.
Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food chain as they are.
I'd like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Something's on Monarch then. That's really
Canyons
suspicious.
of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch.
So there's so much.
Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he.
As I know.
Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Okay, let's not be an asshole. Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
No. I really wouldn't know.
It must have been lost with Alex then. One more tragedy to top the pile. Tell me, how did he die?
Crushed by my escape pod. He died in an escape pod accident.
Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details.
Very sorry. Can we get back to the topic at hand, though?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board so interested in Wells?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Alex never mentioned wells.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Was this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Is there anything I can do to help? Stop playing Coy Bedford. Yeah. No, is there anything I can do to help?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
I can't tell you where Wells is.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
See ya. Alright. Let's go to... Weapons from the Void. Nope. Let's go to this chick. Hopefully she has some more information on fixing my ship. We're getting it in better condition because the Unreliable is very unreliable.
I know she's in there, and you can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Yes, you are. I'll take the sick bag. Oh.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain?
Yep.
If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler says your shipment will be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
What do you need mechanicals for?
Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Well, why is that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone.
Trying to string you, then.
Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Hopefully leveled enemies I can deal with. Companion quests. Sapphire Wine, Papaya Channel Tunton. That's a secret and Empty Man, Lucky Security Tunnel, and Groundbreaker. I'll deal with our body's request. Even if she didn't request it first, just gonna deal with it now. It's a public terminal here. Admin access. Anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days, and where are we at? On that toilet clog. If Chief Goyog taught me anything, it's the crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away the crew's plumbing and they take away their privacy and dignity, so let's get the toilet fixed. Groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been a nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message. But I haven't lost hope. Dog again. Moving around. No one responded to my last invite. I hope this means your schedules are full of family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. Wildcat Group, Groundbreak Meetup from Buchanan Kitty. Okay. Invaders' rights. So this got off ice from a round trip Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back, I imagined my surprise when we de-thawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was going to be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this law-fucked bolt buckets. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, debt you wouldn't fucking believe. And even if I'm not working, I still gotta make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we have conveyors' rights? Or don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back to Jensen in 3 years. Drinker route. Public notices. Food. Shipping pounded. Pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Partner policies. Looking for work. Or looking for a new crew to sign up with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now and I don't know what's going on with my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get another freighter. I plan to take on some rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any. And even the shorter skips to the inner world seem rarer than the outer world routes. These days, post here, down my luck, yada yada yada. Run over here and have Parvati talk to this person here.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local ward headquarters.
Gonna be a bit difficult to talk to her if I can't get to her. Mardet.
If you got a complaint, file it at security.
So I don't have anything to get to wherever she's at. Just engineering. Oh, it's a big ass door in my way. Dumbass. Big ass door.
I thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
Advertisement for the fall.
Spend all day in here and not have looked
Toasty.
at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn though.
Corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Wednesday dinner. Nice to meet you. Nice place.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Trying to make a habit of it. I'll do whatever I can to help. I can help.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Just passing through.
Statistics don't lie. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Parvati, you want to talk to Junlei? Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
We'll be on our way. Parvati freaking out here. I don't know where the other guy's at. Let's get the empty man. Locate and open terminal. Yeah, that's the news. Blah. Don't care. I don't know where the other one's at. Oh, there he is. Do. Run off to one of these terminals over here. Looking for the Sculler. Oof, run all over the ship. Oh, we got an ID cartridge. Model spaceship. Camped. It's this place. Okay, found a public terminal. Not in there. That's a restricted access. Not gonna go in there. I think I just walked through part already. Pleasant experience, totally. Got that dude there. Am I allowed in here or no? I'm not. I'm allowed in there. Unless, nope. I don't think I'm that stealthy. Probably could use a disguise and a guard or something, but so I have a. Is it a mod or is it an inhalant? It's a electrocharged surface. Risk items. A holographic shout. Spice holographic user and makes for an effective disguise in the right hands. It's a hologram emitter. Mardet ID. Okay, so I have to disguise myself as a thing, and I don't know if I'm able to do that. I'll just go along with the main quest, I guess. Because I can't really get in there right now. Gladys looks to be in a rural area. Not going in there. Episode's going on for quite a bit long. I do apologize. Rest and go? Looks like it.
If
Definitely
it's between the unreliable and the rest and go, I believe I'll sleep on the ship.
Good for you.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said he can sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Might take the opportunity out of the way. Yep. How about this opportunity then?
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
what are they? Okay. No qualms. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outposts, corporate secrets, got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
What are their jobs?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
I don't know, ma'am. She seemed pretty neat to me.
Well, aren't you sweet? And just her type, too.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Forget I said anything.
Thank you for your time.
What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
No, I meant thank you for your time. Never mind. Why did the board recall a cellular nav key? Actually, might as well just ask questions anyway.
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
And are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
You mentioned the Groundbreakers outside of the board's controls.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
That's all for now. Wait, why do I have red? Why is there? Oh, there's sprats floating around, I guess.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the fall.
Guess not. Expecting a story, what the hell? Spacious Choice Vendor, they can go to hell. Sublight. Spratwurst. Ugh, appetizing.
Speak your mind. Honestly, I could use the distraction.
I heard you're having heat problems. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed it then?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
Joy. Need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays. Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Can't get those parts from anywhere else?
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
There's negotiations and a bureaucratic coup.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
Can you try talking to whoever's down there?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
Tried anyone else try to get the parts?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Might actually survive. Why so protective?
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker. I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it.
I'll get those parts for you.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
So, it's, about 2 in the morning for me. You know, I'm rather tired. It's been a long episode, so this might be the last episode I'll finish up. So lockpicking's good. Dialogue. Put 5 points in the dialogue. And probably 5 points into ranged. And go into my journal. Dogs, you can as laid out. Patch anywhere, push nav key. Nope. Get the parts raiders, weapons them void, acquire a space weapon on the Groundbreaker. A scientist who bragged about a powerful weapon was researching, perhaps more details can be found. Station has knowledge in Gladys' shop for old records. Apparently the smugglers acquired several leads that way. So I'll get the parts for the radiator. Like, seems like a more simplistic task. There's also that. And there's a new codex. I can always, I just enjoy getting new codex about stuff that I've already, like, kind of common knowledge with this type of stuff. Stealth. The ID cartridge. You'll now be able to automatically disguise when entering an associate. Oh, okay, so you automatically get. Okay. Quest requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostiles. If you find an ID cartridge or shroud, you will now be automatically disguised when entering associated restricted areas. Okay, let's actually before I log off, let's. Oop, not that. Empty man. Run into here real quick. I'll quick save before I go in. And see if I can get them to stay put for a little bit, so I can sneak in.
I'm going.
Like.
I'm going.
Yep. Make those two wait there. Do a quick save. Try not to get caught. It's right there in the restricted area. Try to stay away from crap.
Hey, that's impressive.
There it is. Just yet to drive and I'll
Alright, check the wreckage. Confiscated goods, pistol, shock, metal hoop, prayed bead, lock container on fused infection. Bloodbrook can get locked down to it. Security logs. Sublight put a bid on one of our impounds. Generous one to negotiate for the usual finder's fee and then give Lilia her salvage. Brawl lost hope. Freelancers versus board. Freelancers won. Arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne ship impounded by order of Udom Bedford. Still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that board snake. Guy from Back Bay's roughed up the Moon Kid, raving mad, warned me that the moon was going to bring about the end times. He was flying high on whatever mackerel red grows down there. Got a sworn testimony that mackerel was spotted on the Rest and Go. Not that anyone will corroborate it. Miner to keep an eye on Gladys.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I
Oh, God. I didn't know they came in with you. Whew. Yep. Just walk back here. A hoop. Some other stuff. Aussie prayer beads.
That beep for me.
Mardet ID badge. I can use that. Plasma rifle. Don't act suspicious. Aussie prayer beads. Quick save while I quickly walk out of here without raising too much suspicion of GTFO. Alright, Vicar, what do you want?
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
Yeah, Monarch. This seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
You hesitated there, Vicar. Will you help me? I can try it. Nope, it's locked out. Sounds good, let's go. Where's my perception at? Not my perception. Persuasion, then, maybe. Because I'm almost at 60. Alright. Switch back over. Oh, Codex. Disguise imperfect. You shroud disguise nor fully functional. Enemies may approach to interrogate you. Oh, great. Disguise activated. Holograph shroud is activated, giving away you access to the area. Moving drain shroud energy. When it runs out, personnel will see you and interrogate you. Attack your way interrogation to reset your shroud. You'll get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated. Restricted area. Twice. Be shot on sight without question. You can either fight or sneak or use the holographic shroud to get through restricted areas. Post-mortem fines will be paid by the closest living relative. The closest living person relative to you. Successful attack with sneaking inflicts extra damage to the enemy. A higher sneak will increase the bonus damage. Okay. I need better sneak skills if I want to actually do damage. Good damage. And the dog again. Alright, let's change the... Oop, wrong button. Let's change the quest, or lots of quests, to the one where I go... Yep, I get the parts of the radiators down to the basement level. And since it's been an hour and 10 minutes, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.